This Extreme Festival action is proudly brought to you by Comcare Medical Scheme, Dunlop Tires, Ferodo, the #1 in brakes, and Investchem. A big welcome to Swartkops, the home of the Extreme Festival, for round 2 of the National Extreme Festival. We've got 8 categories of racing here today, action-packed. All the classes are bumper and filled to the maximum. And more importantly, it is phenomenal to see the crowds back at motorsport in South Africa. They are going to be in for a day like they've never had in a long, long time. Let's go and find out what happens here at round 2 of the Extreme Festival. The first bit of action comes from the Investchem Formula 1600s, and 2 of our single-seater championships went to battle at Swartkops at the second round. But it's great to see the battle continuing in the Formula 1600s. The 2 Geldenhuys boys had an incredible outing down in Cape Town, and Josh Leroux is certainly looking to change things around here this weekend. We caught up with Josh to see how it's gone so far.
Qualifying went really well. I'm very happy with my results, getting pole for both of the races. Yesterday we had a few problems with the car, but that's been sorted. I'm very, very excited for my race. I'm looking forward to it. Just need to get out in front, coming out of turn 2. And then from there, just hopefully keep the lead like I did in Cape Town. And yeah, just a big thanks to Uncle Brian for the work he put into the car yesterday, fixing the brakes and all the other issues. And yeah, looking forward to the race.
Another man who's ever improving is Andrew Schofield.
Qualifying this morning, I managed to finish in 3rd for the first race. Fortunately, battled with 1 or 2 gremlins, so I'm looking at 6th for the second race to start with my second fastest time. But I'm really excited. It's been a great weekend, a lot of fun, great camaraderie in our series amongst all the drivers, so we're all having a great time. And a big thank you to Brian and his team, Chipper, Pete, also from Hendrik as well, my dad, everyone who's put a lot of work in this car and time and effort for me. I really appreciate it, and yeah, hope it all goes well.
We're looking forward to another epic battle here amongst the youngsters from karting who've stepped up into single-seaters. A couple of guys have come from other single-seater categories. It's Leroux and Geldenhuys on the front row, Schofield and Voss the second row, Dolenschek and Van Wheelie pushing hard, and then Jason Coetzee and Ewan Holtzhausen. Not quite the qualifying that Gerard Geldenhuys wanted, that's for sure, down in 9th. He's alongside Monkonkwana, and then it's Van der Laan, Naidu and Lanfear that bring up the field as they come to take up their positions for race number 1 here in the Investchem Formula 1600s. Looking forward to seeing how Gerard Geldenhuys can get through to the front end. He's definitely going to push hard because it's not going to be easy. We're on board here with Schofield as the lights are about to go off and heading down towards turn 1. And you heard from him and you heard from Josh Leroux just how important it is to get into turn 2 in the lead of every one of your competitors. And wow, Leroux cuts the nose off right at the start, goes straight across the front end there of Antoine Geldenhuys as they head down towards turn 2. Through turn 1, everybody's got through clean and clear. Big maneuver there. Watch out for the green striped car coming around the outside. Wow, good a move there from Gerard. Geldenhuys already starting to make his way up and goes alongside the magnificent paint and hardware car and actually puts a wheel on the dirt, trying to find a way through there on Van Wheelie. Having a look here, as you can see, coming through from Troy Dolenschek's point of view. Dolenschek pushing hard as well to try and stay with his front pack. Does not want to let them get away. And they're trying to find a way, and he tries to squeeze up the inside. Good move there. Finding an awesome maneuver through turn 4 to get ahead of Holtzhausen. Johan Holtzhausen had no answer there to Dolenschek, and Dolenschek now has him on the attack, coming up under braking for turn 5. Alex Voss under attack as well from Van Wheelie. Don't want to be locking up wheels. Those 2 guys coming very up close and personal and getting exceptionally close. Same thing can be said here as Geldenhuys squeezes through and Van Wheelie drops down a position. So Nicholas Van Wheelie losing out 1 place there to the hard-charging Gerard Geldenhuys. His brother's in 2nd place, and it's Josh Leroux who leads the pack as they come to complete the first lap. Absolutely mind-blowing stuff, as always, in Formula 1600s. And such close racing from the word go means we're in for an epic 10-lapper here. Down towards turn 1, there's a move on the inside as well. Coming out of Jason Coetzee, we're on board here with Siabongo Monkonkwana. He's a bit further back in the pack, just outside that top 10 position at the moment, and looking to try and get into the top 10 if he can. He's already applying the pressure onto the back end. It looks like of Srin Naidu. Srin Naidu just getting ever so ahead of him on the start. But Monkonkwana is watching his rearview mirror as well, because he's got Teo van der Laan pushing him hard, looking to try and squeeze through there. And Jason Coetzee is in the mix as well. As they come through turn 4, you can see Coetzee has moved up ever so slightly. Srin Naidu, good start there from the race driver SA car, as he stays ahead of Monkonkwana and starts to feel the effects of that attack coming from behind as they get onto the brakes up for turn 5. But further up the pack, you can see Alex Voss has lost out ever so slightly, and even 1 more to Troy Dolenschek as they went through on that last pass. So he's dropped back 2 positions over the last lap, and he's got a lot of work to do to try and catch those front 3 who are getting away, especially Josh Leroux. Geldenhuys is 2nd, Schofield is 3rd, then it's his brother Gerard Geldenhuys. So Antoine is the leading Geldenhuys car at the moment. He's the pink striped car as opposed to the lime green one that's there in about 5th place and looking to try and squeeze up a little bit higher. Van Wheelie, Dolenschek and Voss Then you can see the battle continuing as Jason Coetzee comes into the mix as well, and Coetzee doing a super job there in the Coachworks and Rapworks car. Absolutely amazing stuff to see the young Cape Tonian stepping up into single-seaters for the first time and already looking to try and get into the top 10 in Formula 1600s. That's not an easy feat to do, particularly when you're in amongst some of the usual contenders in this category who've been around on a couple of seasons. Josh LaRue looking to do exactly what he needs to do, get away from the front and not let anybody attack the opportunity for him to be the top step of the podium in both races today, in order to close that gap down that he lost in Cape Town, his home city, of course, at the first round. The two Gelderhuys boys shared the victories there. Now they'll be looking for more of the same as they get under braking now for the top of the hill again. Here is a move. Holtzhausen just fending off the attack from Voss, and Voss now got some pressure of his own coming from Coetzee. Just behind them, Srin Naidu lines up, and bringing along for the ride comes Siyabonga Munkankwana. All of them looking for opportunities where they can, and they're definitely going to try and find them. Oh, problems. This is Voss. Voss puts his hand up. There's an issue there for Alex Voss. Can you believe it? Alex Voss just looks like he's run out of gears or some kind of drive on the car. He's got it going again. Yes, he's got it going again, but it looks like he just ran out of gears and went into neutral completely. And he just put his hand up, realizing he's got no drive, and everybody went streaming around the outside of him. Fortunately, not hitting him, but very lucky to avoid the intentions, all possible intentions of cars behind him. He's back up and running, but he's now right at the back and possibly right behind Storm Lanfear at the back end of the field. So some work to do now for Voss if he can keep it going and get it going again and see if he can find the pace he had earlier on. Top three fighting hard, but no changes in the top three. Fourth and fifth place definitely up for grabs as Van Wheelie has a big look on the inside of Gelderhuys coming into turn 4. Just shows the wheel there and tries to just maybe get that machine up front, the Abacus racing machine of Gelderhuys, to make a maneuver that he can try and dive through on. But oh, there you go. That's exactly what he's looking for. Little mistake out of Gelderhuys as he came out of turn 5, just slips it sideways, gets the back end stepping out, and then lose him a little bit of drive. Give Van Wheelie a chance to possibly have a go now down into turn 8 here into G&H Transport Corner. Yeah, he's not quite close enough though. He wasn't able to capitalize on that small mistake. Definitely looking to capitalize is the 17 car, and watch out for that man because he is pushing it to the limit. And I can tell you something, there is a man to watch out for in Troy Dolenchik. Slowly but surely getting to grips with these cars. Evan Holtzhausen has been a bit disappointing this season, I've got to say. He was a man fending and fighting for the front end of the field by the time we got to the end of the season, and he seems to just be battling to get that car settled and get into a rhythm of his own to ensure that he could run with those front 6 or 7 cars. Right now, he's sitting just outside of them, all on his own sim between the 2 packs of cars that are fighting for honours here in 1600s. Top 3 remain the same. 4th and 5th also the same. No luck there from Van Wheelie just yet. But Gerard Gelderhuys, what a start. Coming from the 9th place on the grid, he's already up into the top 5 and possibly looking to get into the top 3 if he can pick off a couple more contenders. This is the man they've all got to catch, though, in this first heat. Josh LaRue has not put a wheel wrong. He literally went across the nose of his closest rival on the start line. And it looks like coming to the line here, he is going to just show them a clean pair of 2 sets of wheels in this Formula 1600s. Great job there from Josh LaRue, taking the first victory. He wins out over Antoine Gelderhuys, who hangs on to keep out Schofield. Good drive there from Gerard Gelderhuys, who finishes in 4th. Then it's Van Wheelie, Troy Dolenchik, and coming across the line there in the background, the all-black car of Evan Holtzhausen. Results: LaRue from Gelderhuys, Schofield from Gelderhuys. Then it was Van Wheelie. Dolenchik beat out Holtzhausen, and Munkankwana eventually came through to beat out the rest of the pack for 8th. Let's catch up now with our winner, Josh LaRue.
Just as I hoped for, getting the lead straight out of turn 1. Just kept it for the whole race. Next race, hoping to do the same. Just aiming for that lap record, 1/10 off in the previous race. So hopefully next race I could get the fastest lap, race win, and then hopefully that lap record.
Welcome back to Swartkops and race 2 now, coming from the Investchem Formula 1600s. But how awesome is it to see the vendors and the fans back at the circuit? These guys and girls have definitely been waiting a long, long time to get back into the swing of things, and they certainly are looking forward to a great day here, especially with race number 2 about to kick off with Investchem Formula 1600s. We're on board with Alex Voss. He had problems at the beginning and at the end of the race as well. 2 issues he had to sort out. Eventually ended up in the pit lane, but it looks like he's got it sorted out, and he heads down into turn 1 in about 3rd place. Good start off the line there from Voss, but a fantastic start yet again coming out of Gelderhuys and from LaRue. This time not as good from LaRue as from Gelderhuys, and he gets outgunned by Antoine as they go down into turn 2. Ooh, Voss running Van Wheelie a little bit wide there, and Holtzhausen trying to dive on the inside. Troy Dolenchik looks like he's capitalized on that, gone to 4th place. Yes, he has. So Dolenchik, definitely a big maneuver there from the word go, and moves up to 4th place. Already looking for 3rd on Voss as they come down the back straight away into turn 4. Dolenchik's point of view as they go into turn 4, that's an awesome shot. Have a look at that. Full flight, everything she's got through there, and that's about third or fourth gear in that car. Looking in the rearview mirror, concerned about Van Wheelie, who's on the attack. Here comes Van Wheelie on the inside. You won't miss those gold wheels of Van Wheelie from the magnificent paint and hardware car, and he tries to get through but can't find a way, and just gets beaten into turn 5. Srin Naidu behind Jason Kutsia. Looks like a little bit of a tough start there from him. Didn't quite go according to plan. As you can see them heading down the hill now. Storm Lanfear in the mix as well. They're at the back of the field, all fighting for honours there, but the battle continues. Here is a big manoeuvre there from Munkankwana trying to find a way through there on Jason Kutsia. Didn't quite get it 100% right, but keep an eye on him. Andrew Schofield in that mid-pack as well. There you see, I was about to say having a dive and looking for a way through, and he does exactly what I expected him to do into turn 1. Goes side by side, and looks like, yes, Holtzhausen might be demoted down one position. No, he's not. He just gets back up there and throws the nose into turn 2. So it's tough stuff between these two. There's a big move here from the magnificent paint and hardware car. Nicholas Van Wheelie once by, and you can see how hard he's pushing. He cannot find a way through. Ooh, comes right across the back end of the car, nearly clips his nose. He's on the inside line though. Is he good enough on the brakes? He should be. Multiple SA champion in single-seaters and runs up the inside of sort of a more rookie driver. Not taking anything away from the skill level of Troy Dolanchek. He has had some time in single-seaters. He's also had a lot of time in karts, so he'll definitely know where to place the car to get it right. But couldn't quite keep out the multiple SA champion and former SA champion there in that magnificent paint and hardware car. He's also having to keep his eyes on the rearview mirrors because here comes Gerard Geldenhuys, and he's on a big charge. Not quite as quick as he did in the first heat to get up into that top 4, but definitely now for a chance he's going to try and keep out Schofield. Kutsia's dropped back, unfortunately. He's lost the ground there to Schofield and to Geldenhuys, and he's now almost into the clutches of that second pack, led out by Theo van der Laan, and look out for Storm Lanfear and, of course, Srin Naidu in that second pack. Oh, somebody's lost something. A little bit of nose cone going missing there. It could have been off one of the lead cars. I think possibly even off Dolanchek's car. Having a look to see, came up close and personal. And speaking of up close and personal, here's Leroux. Leroux on the inside of Anton Geldenhuys. They are side by side, wheel to wheel. Do not lock wheels, gentlemen. This is going to be exactly what you do not want to do in a single-seater. Late braking coming out of Leroux, and he is on the inside line. Should be able to get on the inside and get past. No, he doesn't. They come up close and personal into Kenwood now. And this is where it's going to get really, really close. Absolutely nothing in it between Leroux and Geldenhuys. And coming along for the ride, Voss waiting to pounce. Pick up any pieces that could possibly go flying. We've already seen some go flying down at turn 2. Voss just slots into the line astern of turn 8 and GNH Transport corner. But as they come across the line, there is absolutely nothing. It's like literally 0.2 of a second between those first 3 cars. Across the line come the rest of the pack. It looks like, yes, big move here from the Fly Sapphire car of Andrew Schofield, closing in on the second of those Abacus Division racing machines of Gerard Geldenhuys. So the fight is on here, big time, for the lead and then for about 5th place on track. And in fact, even further back there's a second battle just behind the back mark as they're starting to rage as well. We'll keep an eye on those as much as we can. Voss hangs on for now. He's got Van Wheelie looking left, right and centre, trying to find a way past. Van Wheelie this time decides to follow Voss up the hill and can't quite get on the inside there. Alex Voss just placing the car to perfection. Someone's run wide. Oh, Leroux's run wide. Leroux has run right. He put a wheel on the dirt trying to make a late outbraking maneuver, and he's run off the circuit completely. Oh, race 1 winner's gone from hero to zero, and you can see, I think that black wing that went missing in turn number 2 was actually his. Just picked up on that for the first time. The front left wing is missing on the front of Leroux's car. Could possibly have been an issue with the braking that he experienced there, and couldn't quite get up the inside line that he was looking for due to the lack of downforce on the front end. Have a look at this. This is Alex Voss's point of view. There you see him running wide. And, whoa, Geldenhuys very lucky to get back online and just keep out the attack from Voss. He nearly got overtaken by Alex Voss as they went out of turn 5, but he was just able to get on track and just block the opportunity there that opened up for Alex Voss. Van Wheelie's looking for a chance now. He's right on Voss's tail, as he has been almost all of these first couple of laps. Geldenhuys diving left and right, trying to find a way through as well on Dolanchek. Hasn't quite been able to squeeze through that, but Troy Dolanchek is keeping out already a race winner for the 2022 season. And behind that, sure, look at this. Absolutely brilliant stuff from Schofield's point of view. He's late on the brakes into turn 5. Is he good enough to keep it all together? Yes, he is. Brilliant stuff there, and runs onto the curbs and onto the rumbles as well as he comes out of turn 5. So it's Andrew Schofield who's moved up 1 place. Great maneuver there from him, an absolutely awesome onboard shot of that maneuver as well. He gets up ahead and moves up into about 4th or 5th place there as they fight on for the lead. Coming across the line, Anton Geldenhuys still leads out, and the flag is out. Can you believe that? He's taken a victory, and he's stolen it away from Josh Leroux. Leroux was looking for 2 victories here today. That means Anton Geldenhuys could possibly move into the lead of this championship after a fantastic second heat of racing. Let's get official results there. Geldenhuys from Voss, Van Wheelie and Dolanchek. It's Andrew Schofield beating out Gerard Geldenhuys. Josh Leroux down in 7th, surviving, and Kutsia just beats out Munkankwana for the top 9. Let's catch up now with Alex Foss, who turned his day around from a DNF to a second.
It was a great race, really close battles with Josh LaRue and Antoine, as well as Nick Van Wheelie. So it was an epic race, super enjoyable, and just want to thank my team Investchem, as well as Hendrik and Greg Canyon, as well as Brian Kruger, for figuring out the electrical issues and getting us going for race 2.
Antoine Geldenhuys has taken 2 out of 4 possible victories so far.
At the start, it was just an amazing start from me, and I took the lead and just went from there. It was touch and go the whole time, but at the end I got the first place, and I'm quite happy with that. And I hope the next races will be the same.
Confirmation of that. Geldenhuys taking the lead of the championship ahead of Josh LaRue. Gerard Geldenhuys moves up into 3rd place. Nick Van Wheelie drops down to 4th, and Schofield in 5th place as we look forward to the next round.